Hi Hardik. Hi Shreesh. Hello, hello. All right, we just wait for another minute so that people can join in. Hi. Hello, hello everyone. Thanks Vedant, thanks. It did go well. Hello, hello. So just type yes if you can hear me and see my screen, by the way. Hold on. Share my screen. Please type yes if you can hear me. Can you still hear the weird screeching sound? Oh, I think I know what that is. Just all right. Is that better, guys? Is the sound better? Oh, I think I know what that is. Just all right. Is that better, guys? Is the sound better? All right. All right. I think I knew where it was. Anyway, let's begin. So let's start with our purple list. So we've got about what 25 stocks, I think. Let's start why they are in the list. So first, let me start. Okay, I've got monthly, weekly, daily. I'm gonna switch from daily, hourly, and all that. So we'll do that when it's needed. So if you can see, Aditya, ABFRL is at a monthly EMA. There is a bearish divergence. पहले भी था, and हम हमेशा shorting opportunity ढूंढ रहे थे. But you see how it is. Like it is at a good CIP level or a resistance level, and you're expecting the prices to drop. Of course, I'm gonna change this into weekly, daily, and hourly. And I'm gonna get future pivots on. So that's below future pivot. So if it kind of goes up, creates a bearish divergence and then fall, that'll be perfect. But I see there's a small head and shoulder which is kind of rejecting as well. So it kind of fits into the plan, and it seems like this stock does might drop down. Of course, it has to break today's low for any such move. Excuse me, let me just start here. Okay. Then we have ABB. ABB is in the list because it has a weekly bearish divergence and daily bearish divergence, and a narrow weekly CPR. Let's just double check the CPR. There you go. So that's not narrow, is it? Yeah, so it's not narrow CPR, but it's way below CPR as well. So yeah, it needs a follow through, of course. And as I said before as well, if you're reluctant to sell, which is okay in this kind of a situation in the market, then you might as well just avoid selling trades as well, and it's fine. But there is a daily bearish divergence and a weekly bearish divergence with well, I wouldn't call it a narrow CPR, but still below the CPR. So you might get an opportunity there. Excuse me. Then you have Ambuja Cement. Ambuja Cement, of course, we have a daily bearish divergence with a probable 012 with a dark cloud cover, where, of course, you have a narrow weekly CPR. So if it goes below that, if it gives you a follow through, then you could expect this to be a 012. But once again, as I said, that there was a re-entry opportunity earlier at daily EMA. There was a bullish divergence here, and you got an entry opportunity. So if there's a gap up or something, then of course you're still on the long side. But if there is a follow through on the downside, then you can expect the prices to correct a wee bit. But of course, this is only assuming that Monday will be a poor day. But if it isn't, if there's a gap up or something, then of course this doesn't play a role. And as I said, uh, that if you think selling is not a good idea right now, which I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that idea because that is the kind of market we are in right now. Then you can just avoid these selling trades. Then you have AU Financial Bank. It has a weekly bearish divergence. The first tick down. Of course, the wicks are too big, so maybe this week might not be it. Maybe Monday might not be it. Monday might give you an opportunity. So if I zoom out, you see that's your resistance here. That's a bearish divergence with a false breakout, which basically means it went up but could not hold and went below the resistance again. Now, of course, Monday should first give you a poor candle, and then Tuesday onward, if it does that, and then Tuesday onwards, you can expect the prices to go lower. But only if it does that. If it goes above this, and if it is above the weekly CPR and everything, then of course there's no trade here. But if it does that, then your job is to react to those price action. Then we come to Biocon. Biocon, of course, weekly is a dark cloud cover. There's nothing much here. In the daily chart, it went up, came to EMA. I don't know why is this in the list. Let me just double check this. Go to monthly chart quickly. Yeah, I think it's by accident. Britannia Industries, daily EMA. Hourly bullish divergence censored. Of course, went up 012. Is it? We don't know yet. Of course, wicks high on either side. So we need to wait for the narrow CPR to break and kind of give you a follow through and all that. So that is something that you would, it depends on how the market opens on Monday. That is how you will react to these price changes. Cholamandalam Investment weekly bearish divergence. Once again, Niche wick jada hai. So that is something that you need to take care of. That if there's a follow through, it needs to break that kind of a low, which basically means that first it creates a bearish divergence somewhere here or goes below the narrow CPR, and then you can take a position there. So that is the situation right now. And you can take a call again. If you don't want to trade on a selling bearish divergence, just ignore them. Then you have Cipla. Cipla weekly was all right. Daily has a bearish divergence, but the point here is that it has a broken out check going up. Now there is a narrow CPR here, so the possibility is that if there is a follow through on Monday, so again it depends on Monday what's happening. So if there's a follow through, it can come till here at least, and then give you another trading opportunity somewhere around that time, because S1 in the weekly CPR and the resistance, which is acting as support now, is at the same level. So you can keep this in your watch list and see how it is on Monday. Then you have Coal India. Coal India, of course, you're looking for any buying opportunity. So it came here on October 23 when you had a bullish divergence, went above the CPR. Then it came on in November. Here, bullish divergence 012, and then of course, look at that. And then it came here in on 18th of December, again, bullish divergence went up till the CPR and then up. And then now now, of course, does that do all the time? Maybe not, but it has come to the EMA once again with a bullish divergence and a narrow CPR. So if it goes above the CPR, you can, and if you like this stock, if you want to buy it again, then there's a trading opportunity here in Coal India. Then you have CUB, of course, some of the best setups on a weekly re-entry comes with a bullish divergence in the daily chart. And so has this as well. So it started with a weekly bullish divergence, 012, went up. So if I start drawing this, it makes sense to you. So this was extended, okay? So now it's come back to the EMA. So if we draw a retracement, let's say here, so 28.2, 38.2 should have been. Let me see if I'm drawing it correctly. Yes, somewhere around that. So it's a deeper correction. But at weekly EMA, you have a bullish divergence in the daily chart, which is a very, very good setup. Now, of course, today in the second last candle in the hourly chart, you can see from 215 to 315, that is when the markets fell a wee bit. So did all the banks as well. So, you can see this black candle or a doji like candle here. But with the risk of the support line here, so a resistance which started acting as support now, which is also head, shoulder, where there is a bullish divergence at the neckline. Seems like this prices should go higher. Now, of course, there is a narrow CPR. If it opens higher and stays above this point here could be your stop loss, if that makes sense. And otherwise, if it opens lower, just wait for a decent retracement, and then maybe it gives you an opportunity. I think that is the plan for me for this particular stock. It seems like a good setup as well. There was a bullish divergence in the hourly chart as well, but censored. We ignored it because weekly EMA, daily bullish divergence, good enough. All right. Then we come to Gale. Gale में हमारे पास, you can see weekly is all right. Daily में at EMA there was a bullish divergence, and from, of course, it's a single line CPR, so we generally kind of ignore it. From the S1 level, it went to the CPR level. Now you have a narrow CPR, so if it gives you a follow through, a gap up or something, this could be something to watch in your list as well. All right. Again, these are like daily re-entry trades other than weekly re-entry trades, but might as well when you get an opportunity. Then you have Hindalco. Hindalco, of course, weekly is there. Daily at EMA, and hourly bullish divergence. Hourly bullish divergence goes up, creates a 012 narrow CPR. You see my alert here, and Hindalco is above the previous high, which is today's high. But I've given it buffer because yesterday's high is at a similar level. So if it goes above this, I might be interested. Otherwise, we'll just see how it is on Monday. Then you have ICS Lombard General. It had a weekly bearish divergence, has come to the weekly EMA. Now at EMA you have a daily bullish divergence, which seems decent. Now of course you need the prices to break the CPR. Now in this, if you see the hourly chart, the CPR doesn't work that well, so we kind of ignore the hourly chart. And if you see, my alert is set above this resistance line. So if this was a resistance, and if this is not a false breakout, then there's a bullish divergence. It should go above this and stay above it, right? So I mean, the plan here is to get an alert here and enter here if the prices go anywhere there, right? So that's the plan. We don't want to enter on just the basis of a tick up, because we see there's a lot of resistance thing happening here. Then we have IDFC First Bank. Again, I'm not sure why this is in the list. I think this was an accident. Then we have IPCA Labs. IPCA Labs is in the list because of a head and shoulder. All right. So, of course, if you see the hourly chart, there is a shoulder, head, shoulder. Couple of things. I don't like skipping like historical prices when I'm drawing head and shoulder. So this is a little tricky for me because it's so obvious. As a resistance, it's here. So that's a breakout. That's a change in polarity. If there is a gap up, maybe if there's a gap up opening on Monday, then this is something with a risk of the last candle. I think this is something that can be held just on the basis of the head and shoulder. All right, there's nothing else here that says otherwise or something. All right, of course, if I just remove this neckline and move it here, that's like the resistance level. But of course, this is only because there's a head and shoulder pattern in the hourly chart, which is pretty obvious here. All right, then we move on to ITC. Now, ITC is something that we drawn this last time. There was a weird resistance which was broken. Came back till the EMA. EMA, we have a bullish divergence with a 012 in the hourly chart. So it has to start, and of course, this goes above the CPR. That's your first target, and of course, you're expecting higher prices because it's a re-entry trade in ITC. All right, so it started with a bullish divergence, the weekly chart, came back here. At EMA, we had a bullish divergence, the hourly chart here as well, went up, now came back again to EMA. You've got another bullish divergence, the hourly chart, maybe another opportunity on the upside. Okay, so that's why it is in the list. Then you have Lotus Labs. Now, Lotus Labs, you can see there's a weekly bearish divergence at a very interesting level. You can see here, right? Tick down, the first tick down is this week. In the daily chart, of course, it is at EMA, no such bullish divergence as such. So if my plan is to sell this because of the weekly bearish divergence at a very interesting place, then I would be looking to sell below the CPR in this hourly chart, right? So that would be my plan. And let's check the monthly CPR quickly. Yeah, it is whitish. It's not gone below that. But yeah, I think that would be my plan. So you can prepare yourself for that plan. Let's see if I can find a classical level. Yes, I think we have. So if I draw this, I think that is interesting. But we have found like a classical level here as well. So if it goes below this, I think this particular level can act as your stop loss or resistance. So if it goes below this, that's a good place to sell as well based on classical charting, right? So a lot of slabs because it has a weekly bearish divergence. Okay. Apart from that, nothing else. So let's just do current level and below. Right. Then we have MFSL. So MFSL, it's in the list. Of course, it had a sensor bearish divergence, came back. So I think this is one of the monthly stock list. Yes. So it started with a monthly bullish divergence, went up, came back. Now come to weekly chart. Weekly chart may did a CIP, gave you a bullish trade here because the bullish divergence at CIP 012 talk. And now it's come back here to the weekly EMA and creating lower wicks. You see, so a beautiful hammer here, beautiful bullish divergence here as well. The only thing is for the past week, it has been doing a black, a white, a black, a white, a black candle. And you see that's kind of a range it has created in the hourly chart that I've drawn here. So my alert is above the resistance that it has been holding. So if I draw that here, so first it was this, and then it has moved from this to this. So my alert, if you see, it is above this, right? So I think I would want to be patient enough to take this trade. I can use gaps if there's a gap and a follow through, or I can use when the prices go, one good day on a Monday maybe, and then Tuesday onwards, I could probably take a trade. Okay, so I need that confirmation before I enter this. So that is the plan here. Now we come to NMDC. NMDC, of course, we know it's been doing really, really well. That's a weekly chart, of course, dark cloud cover rejection, but in a daily chart, it is at EMA, RSI is all censoring everything. So at EMA, there's a bullish divergence here. In fact, there's a triple bullish divergence here, which is a very good setup and a test. Now, if it goes above the weekly CPI, it also kind of exhausts the latest gap that we had. Or if you get a gap up or something, or I think I had drawn this line here as well. If it goes above this, you can probably take an early trade because that is the previous couple of days high, which will break. So both of them, you can kind of take a call that on NMDC as well on Monday. Then we have sale. Sale, of course, is again, just like Hindalco, it is at EMA. At EMA, you have a bullish divergence here, triple bullish divergence, goes up, comes 012 S1, narrow CPR, and there is a head and shoulder kind of a pattern here. Well, not really head and shoulder. I don't like shoulders too low, but there is a resistance here. If it breaks in the first candle on Monday, I think it is poised to go up as well. So sale, there you go. That's a setup as well. Then we come to State Bank of India. State Bank of India, you can see there was a breakout. So if I zoom out the daily chart, you see that was your resistance. So this was breakout, came back, CIP. At CIP, you have a bullish divergence. Well, bullish divergence and a 012 in the hourly chart, and it is, of course, has a narrow WCPR as well. So if it gives you if it does give you a follow through, this seems like something that you can hold on to as well. All right, decent setup. Okay, then we come to Tata Steel. Now Tata Steel, the problem here is it is at resistance. There is a weekly bearish divergence. There is a daily bearish divergence with RSI divergence. It's kind of pulled back. Now it pulled back. It has a hourly bearish divergence as well. So this just seems like if it goes below the weekly CPR, I would like to sell rather than buy, because of just the setup it is, triple bearish divergence with RSI divergence in the daily chart, a bearish divergence in the weekly chart, and a bearish divergence in the hourly chart. This just seems like perfect, right? So Tata Steel is something that you should have it in your list as well. So I'm just going to add this to my list. Then you have UBL, United Breweries, of course. Now, resistance broke out, no follow through, and the entire thing becomes like a wick. Okay, so now the only question we have to ask is this just a wick, or this is a change in polarity on a daily chart? So if this is a change in polarity on a daily chart, you have a bullish divergence here, a wide CPR, and you need like a gap up or a very good candle on a Monday to prove that this is a change in polarity and you would like to enter on the upside. Okay, but nonetheless, if it goes lower and goes down, then there's a problem. Then this is a false breakout and you're expecting prices to go lower. All right, so either way, we'll just wait, keep this in your list so that you can have it on Tuesday as something that you can find an opportunity in. Now Wipro, interesting, resistance broken here. We had drawn this, like, I think when it broke out somewhere here that day in December last week, that it's going to come back. If it does give you a CIP, then this is a good place to enter, and this is what happened. It gave you a CIP, and today there was a gap up and gave you an entry. However, it's never too late. If it does give you a follow through, and if it does have to kind of race upside, then you can use the narrow weekly CPR and this gap exhaustion to enter the trade as well, I think. All right, so this is another opportunity that you can look out for. And then last but not the least, we have Zydus Life Sciences broken out of this resistance. We see it is at EMA with a bullish divergence in the hourly chart. Of course, you can enter above the CPR if you want, or if it opens on a bullish note, you can enter above the high of today as well, which is basically at the point of breaking the CPR. All right, so I think that's about it. We've got 23 stocks in the list. Let's do some Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis before we go on to some green list stocks, which is basically on a long-term stocks that we always discuss. And of course, meanwhile, you guys can type in the stocks you want me to look at after this. All right, so Nifty, of course, in the weekly chart, you see there's no problem at all. It looks good. Monthly chart, I'm just going to open it for a viewpoint. Looks all right. Weekly looks all right. Daily was at EMA. We had a bullish divergence here, and there was an entry on 10th of January, somewhere here above the S1, and look at that, it was beautiful, right? So these are things where if you have faith in your system and you believe the system, you kind of take risks when the opportunity knocks on your door. So Nifty looks all right unless Monday, as I said, is gonna dictate what's gonna happen with Nifty, but everything looks okay for now, and I don't think it bothers me right now because Nifty did have a gap here, and I think it exhausted and then exhausted on the upside, so irrelevant. But yeah, Nifty looks all right unless Monday is a bad day. So unless Monday opens really like gap down, like somewhere here, and goes and falls, unless that happens, it's okay. That's Nifty future chart. I'm going to open a Nifty spot chart quickly. Same thing here as well. Weekly, daily, everything looks okay. As I said, unless this gap here created today is exhausted on Monday, everything looks okay. No problem here. All right, let's do Bank Nifty quickly. Bank Nifty, we spoke about this chart here, the weekly chart. So big up move, small correction, big up move, smaller correction, big up move, smaller correction, and now up move, and then smaller correction. Well, it's not important that it's going to come because it is kind of gone above. So either it creates something, because see here we had a bearish divergence, here we had a bearish divergence, here we had a long shady bearish divergence, here we had a bearish divergence. So every time we had an indicator indicating us of a particular correction, which here abhi tak aaya nahi hai. So we don't have to worry yet. And at again daily EMA we had a bullish divergence here, 012. So is 012 ka target bhi, I think it is somewhere here, so maybe let the prices come here. So that suggests that the prices should go higher. That means that all the trades that we spoke about on the bullish note, where you have a daily divergence at weekly EMA, they might make sense to you. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. So that is Bank Nifty futures, and let's go to Bank Nifty spot quickly. I think similar analysis. There's a gap up, support, again support. Now, if unless it does give you like a shoulder, head, and now shoulder. So what I'm trying to say here is, if I draw something like this and treat this as shoulder, this head, and this as shoulder, unless that happens, I don't have to worry about anything right now. As I said, this looks okay as well. Let's just do future pivots quickly. Weekly, yeah. So it's got narrow future pivots also, weekly CPR. So that is decent as well. So if it gives you a gap up opening on Monday, like a small gap also, and a decent move on the upside, this should be okay. All right. As I said, unless this creates a bearish divergence here or something, I don't have to worry about here. It looks okay. All right. So that's Nifty and Bank Nifty. I think people have already started typing in their stocks. So do that, and let me discuss quickly. Let's open monthly, weekly, and daily, and let's do the green list. Excuse me. Few stock that I would like to again IEX is one of the stocks that I've been speaking about a lot, but there's a reason monthly bullish divergence, resistance broken out. But this could be here as well. I understand that. But this is kind of my neckline of a double bottom, so this is kind of broken out. Looks okay. It's small corrections here and there can come, but I think on a bigger time frame, a monthly and weekly, looks all right, unless something changes, of course. Then we have Polyplex, where there is a monthly bullish divergence. It just started. So just do your fundamental research on this. I'm not sure fundamentally how this stock is, but does give an opportunity. Weekly bullish divergences and monthly bullish divergence. So this seems like something that could work. Then you have Munjul Showa. Munjul Showa, of course, started with a monthly bullish divergence here, which corrected 0.12 and then started going higher. Now in the weekly chart, you see there was a resistance here which was broken by this week's candle. All right. So now, of course, as I said, if you look at the daily chart on my right hand side where hourly was earlier, so if this is a breakout, the best opportunity comes when this comes to test this and then goes back up here. If this happens, this is where you're looking for an opportunity. If this doesn't, then you're looking for EMAs to come here and re-enter near the EMAs, kind of a situation. Okay, but there is a breakout, so this is why it is something that is interesting. Then, of course, Alembic Pharmaceutical, we've been following this since March. Bullish divergence went up, came till EMA. At EMA, we had the prices near the weekly EMA also, and with a daily double bottom bullish divergence kind of a thing. And now you see there's a resistance. This important level here has been breached. So once again, as I said, the best opportunities come when it comes and tests this and goes up. Now, is it compulsory that testing will happen? Probably not. So you need to use your CPRs or your any dip to enter when possible. All right. So that is Alembic. And then you have Glenmark Pharma. Of course, Glenmark Pharma, this is the head and shoulder target. Now, it is corrected a little bit. There is no bearish divergence yet. It is at daily EMA, and in the hourly chart, there is a bullish divergence here with a 0.12 setup. So you see my alert is above the weekly CPR. This is only so that people who have Glenmark Pharma, they can come kind of, if you want to re-enter or find an opportunity to enter, this is kind of a very B category, C category entry that you can take here. Okay, so these were about 5 stocks that we had to check because they were somewhere where we should be interested in taking positions. All right, now let's come to the stocks that you've written. Alkyl amines. Okay, so this is in the green list, so it has a monthly bullish divergence. Looks all right, right? So last month was the entry somewhere here, and looks okay. It did give you a follow through, but however, yeah, you see, it's doing like a U kind of a thing. So there is a resistance level here, somewhere here. So if you see the daily chart, that'll make more sense. So let me just draw this. Right, small resistance. Let me just make it off. Right. So if you can see this, there is a point of interest here or a resistance kind of a thing here, but that's fine. You know, it's gone up in a sharp fashion, correction a little bit, and then maybe on the upside. But monthly divergence is there, in fact, triple monthly bud, which is pretty interesting. Okay, I mean, this kind of setup intrigues me. It is interesting. This could be a correction as well. This could be, you know, something, a dip before we can start buying again. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just talking loud. But monthly chart is interesting to me. All right, that's just me. So that is alkylamines. Next is Federal Bank. Sorry, Fed Bank. All right, so Federal Bank, I think I did have a look. There was a bearish divergence censored in the weekly chart. Yes, there is, but you see this price action. This is why I did not put it in the list, in the purple list, because I'm not very confident of this. Okay, so Federal Bank, there are bearish divergences. Weekly, this is skipping a peak, so I wouldn't call it a bearish divergence really. Monthly, maybe entire month is left, but yeah, this is why nothing here. Probably maybe draw a trend line and keep a check on it or something. But apart from that, I don't think I have anything right now. I would be reluctant to buy this if this is what you're asking. Bajaj Finance. Yes. So this is another stock that uh, was a probable 012 because monthly, sorry, weekly, it is at resistance, fell, came back, pulled till 61.8. I think I measured it also, 61.8%. Doji, daily, not the best bearish divergence, but yes, I understand where you're coming from. So this actually can be in the list. Uh, I don't know why I marked it red, because red are generally things I don't like to trade. So, but yes, there is a setup here. If you go to the hourly chart, let's check the hourly chart. There's a narrow CPR. So if you get like a follow through or something and you'd like to trade this, yes, maybe you could get a fall on the downside. Let's change this into purple. Okay. So Bajaj Finance, yes, there is a setup here. Then you have Ever Ready. ICICI Pru, I think we've already discussed Ever Ready. So Ever Ready, monthly or weekly at EMA, daily. Oh wow. So let's see if I can do like a CPR. See, I would be okay to buy this above the monthly CPR. So one candle closes above monthly CPR, and then maybe I'd be able to, take the position here on the upside. But mm, yeah, I mean that's about it. If I have to take this, I think maybe that is the best case scenario. Wait for the monthly CPR to break convincingly, close on the upside, and then take a position. Otherwise, I don't see, I don't see a problem here, but I don't see a trend here. So it goes, it started moving sideways in a range. So I have a problem there. Okay, Reddington. Reddington, monthly is all right. Weekly started with a bullish divergence, fair enough. Cooper, daily bearish. Yeah, it looks all right. Yeah, I mean, entry was here on 13 November, that week, right here. Now, I mean, small bearish divergence in the daily chart is okay. It can correct a little bit and then pull off on the upside. That's also possible, right? So, no comment on this as well. There's nothing to do right now. If you're asking for fresh entries, probably not. Then ISEC, is that ISEC? ICICI Securities. So there was an entry gap up, follow through. Yeah, looks all right. Yes, reaching the latest high, but that's fine. You know, the graph is on the upside, so goes up, lower, higher, higher lows, maybe goes higher, creates a low dip. Looks all right. No bearish divergence or anything. So you know, entry यहाँ पे कहीं हुआ होगा तो ठीक है, daily entries, but nothing of that sort. Oh, Federal Bongo is Gagan. Nice to see you, Gagan, here. Uh, CUB. I've already discussed City Union Bank. Well, let's do this again. So City Union Bank at weekly EMA with a daily bullish divergence seems like a good setup. Narrow weekly CPR. So if it goes above this, I think a gap up or some kind of opening on the higher side would be very fruitful. Looks all right, you know, because if I zoom out, you see that's your resistance broken out, change in polarity goes up, support level goes up, take support with a bullish divergence, and hopefully, I mean, this is what it's supposed to do, but right, should do all right. Um, then we have Naveen Fluorine. I think I've okay. So Naveen Fluorine is monthly at EMA, weekly at EMA, and daily bearish divergence. We were trying to sell. We were selling here. I think we hit our stop losses here last time, but this is beautiful because fell 012 and third wave. So that is actually, I think, gone to its target. Yeah, see 161 point. I think there's another leg remaining on the bottom side. And of course, it has like a support level here, if you can see the weekly chart. So it might come and hit that, you know, like another level here before it creates a bullish diamond or something. But I think, yeah, bearish. It was bearish earlier as well, and it has fallen down. This is your weekly CPR on the narrow side. Let's see on the hourly chart. Yeah, so even if it comes, so yeah, so if it kind of moves sideways on Monday and then goes up, creates a bearish divergence in the early chart, that will be my entry opportunity, I think, on the downside. So Naveen Fluorine, that is the plan. I mean, that was the plan earlier as well when we hit our stop loss in, I think, early December. Maharashtra Seamless. Maharashtra Seamless. I think, yes. Monthly looks all right. Weekly at EMA, daily no divergence, but yes, I mean anywhere, any dip that you get, you can look to buy, you know, look for buying opportunities kind of a setup. So it shouldn't be a problem here. NATL. NATL is not right. NACL. Weekly bullish divergence, so it had to go up, so it went up. Yeah, it's still okay. Yeah. Monthly at EMA, I think, well, kind of, and weekly bullish divergence. So uptick. It had to. You were already in, I hope, and this came yesterday, and yeah, a small correction sideways, and then again should go higher, I believe, because of the weekly bullish divergence. Yeah. All right, PEL. I've got Pyramid Enterprise, weekly shady divergence goes up at EMA, daily. Oh, sorry, that's monthly chart, right? Monthly at EMA, weekly no divergence. So maybe it comes back, creates one, and then goes up. क्योंकि ये ऊपर गया at EMA. Daily divergence, yes. See, okay, if you're looking to invest like or buy this, maybe wait for this gap down to exhaust. I think that's the best plan. So let's wait for this exhaustion and a follow through, and then maybe look for buying opportunity. Yeah, I think that's my suggestion on this. I don't have मतलब जबरदस्ती बोलने का मन नहीं है कुछ इसके बारे में. If that makes sense. ICICI Pru, I think. All right, so I say the Pru, my alert is there. Let's see why, because head and shoulder, right? So long term. Yeah, double bottom bullish divergence gaya upar. Daily chart at EMA started. Let's look at hourly chart. No use though, but yeah, I wouldn't double bullish. ठीक है, अभी भी ठीक है. It might take a dip and then go back up. So let's see. Monday will play an important role. So you see lower high, low, and then it should create a low and then go up. So what I'm trying to say, it should maybe halt somewhere here and then start going up. I mean, if it has to go up, because it looks like I'm just waiting for my alert to trigger, which is shoulder, head, shoulder. If it does that, I'm good to go. And looks decent. All right. So that's the plan. For ICICI Pru, then you have Ashok Leyland. Ashok Leyland, no opinion, yeah, to be honest. I mean, if you want me to check the hourly chart, no opinion on this. I mean, I would wait for a dive. I don't have a divergence. That's what I'm trying to say here. So earlier, bullish divergence on CIP made money. Then something should happen, which is not happening here. Okay, initial done. GPPL. GBPL looks all right. Monthly chart is fine. Weekly is fine. Daily is fine. कुछ नहीं है. It's fine. Like if you want me to ask, if you want me to tell you that, well, for fresh entries, आपको dip का wait करना होगा, which was here in October, here in May. Wait for the dip. I think for fresh entries, if you're already holding, it looks okay. No problem. BASML. Started with bullish divergence, went up, corrected, and then on the way up, maybe. So पहला एंट्री हम अगर मुझे इन्वेस्ट करना होता मैं यहाँ पे कहीं किया होता और यहाँ पे near the highs maybe get out, but anyway came back. I'm not sure, yeah. I mean, I think I'll have to wait for. इसमें problem मेरे को क्या दिख रहा है? White, black, black, white, black, white. You know, that's happening. So is it like a corrective wave? But to be honest, मेरे को ठीक लग रहा है. It doesn't matter. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It's just unless यहाँ पे एक डाउन टेक आ जाए, मतलब बेरिश डाइवर्जन बन जाए, अगर वो नहीं हो तब तक it's okay. This is BASMO. Poonawalla. HNS breakout. Yeah. Oh well, you're talking about this. Let's call it a head and shoulder break. Well, see, a very small shoulder, head, and I won't call it a head and shoulder, but resistance breakout, yes, go on up. कितना distance है इसका? Let's just call it 360. You're saying it should come somewhere here. Maybe. So basically, the point is you're looking for buying opportunities anyway. But otherwise, yeah, it looks all right here. कोई problem नहीं है. Looks fantastic. No problem at all. So Poonawalla is doing well. Butterfly. Butterfly. Yeah, see, if this was a little lower ना तो मेरा लिए perfect setup होता. वो है नहीं, इसीलिए list में नहीं है, pink list में, which is like just a watch kind of a list. Same thing here. There's a bullish divergence. I think this is a pullback. Yeah, I see. I did not put this in the green list and it's in the pink list because I wasn't convinced. That's it. You know, मैं इसको head and shoulder बना सकता हूँ यहाँ पे. And you know, this is will it break down or will it go up? So one good week and then post that we can discuss about this on the buying side. And if it breaks on the downside, then it's gone. Abhi there's no divergence. There's nothing. थोड़ा सा lower आता ना 965 के नीचे, तब मैं confident रहता कि हाँ फिर I can comment on this stock. Right now, it is for me. It is like wait and watch kind of a situation for this. Exchanging solutions. This did well. This is in my green list. I think if I zoom out, and now monthly may started with a bullish divergence, went fantastically well. Weekly maybe abhi koi problem nahi hai. It's doing well. Let me just fix this. This is my drawings have moved, sorry. So this was here. I think this was here. ठीक है, so no problem, yeah, doing well. वही मैं जो पहले भी बोला था कि if you want to enter, look for dips such as this and then enter. यहाँ पे भी entry मिला यहाँ फिर, so yeah, no problem. You can, I would still be okay, testing this. Yeah, I think that's the right word. I'd be okay to test this. Yeah. All right. So exchange solutions look good as well. All right. So that's about it, guys. Trade safe, stay safe. And of course, a lot of events nationally happening in the country. So keep an eye out for that. Enjoy yourself. Uh, you know, be a patriot. And yes, I'll see you next weekend. Take care. Till then, bye bye.